Good afternoon, Michael Garcia, the chair of the Hispanic Vote. Continuing our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month here. I have the pleasure of having Laymi Tejada, Vice President at BankUnited here. We're celebrating our Hispanics in the community, and I'm having her here because she's one of these people that are doing good things in the community on the business side, helping Hispanic businesses and businesses overall. So I want to thank you for being here. So tell the public a little bit about your background, where you're from, where you grew up, and all that, because we're here to celebrate the uniqueness and the diversity of Hispanics in the community. So
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for having me on this Sunday afternoon here in South Florida. To tell you a little bit of my background, I was born in Santiago, Dominican Republic.
La República!
Yes, so I was born there, grew up in a very traditional home, mom, dad. I have a sister, I also have other siblings that are prior to my mom's marriage with my dad. Moving fast forward, I was about 10 years old. My mom and dad got a divorce. My mom seemed to think that Dominican Republic was not big enough for both of them, so she decided to pick up and move with my sister and I.
It's not big enough, it was big enough.
No,
well, en todos sitios.
Yes. So we, at that time, she decided to just pick up and move, and we came and landed in New York City, Washington
Heights, little Dominican Republic.
Yes. It was one of the biggest culture shocks for me. I went from, having a stable home, mom and dad were married, we were in a very good position financially, to now, my mom, my sister and I living in a room that we rented in an apartment. So it was a big shock for me.
Also, did you speak English at that time?
No, I did not speak English, so we have the component of the language. A school that I was not familiar, I was in 8th grade, if I recall correctly, when I came. So there was a lot, the neighborhood, the reputation of Washington Heights, gangs, drugs, you name it, there was a lot of that when I grew up.
So fast forward now, you are down here. How long have you been in South Florida?
I've been in South Florida for a little over 4 years now. I moved in 2016.
Two children, is that right?
Three. I have three children.
Three children.
Oh, we skipped the whole story, but yeah, I got married, was married for 11 years, got divorced, and I'm the single mom of 3.
And your position now at BankUnited, what is it?
I'm a vice president market leader.
Okay. Tell us a little bit of what you do at the
So
bank.
what we focus on is business development, how I see myself. Every business owner, when it comes to their banking, they need a strong advocate and partner in order to reach the goals that they have set for themselves. So my job is to work with them and determine the best way to make that happen.
So your focus is small businesses. How do you help Hispanic businesses?
When it comes to Hispanic businesses, a lot of the help that I give is providing them with the right knowledge and the tools that they need to be successful. I find that when it comes to Hispanics, sometimes we go to advise a la tia, a la abuela, with things that they don't necessarily know about, but they go based on previous experience that may not have been positive. So you have to add that. So a lot of what I do is provide them with knowledge and show them, if you go this way, this is what's going to happen. You're trying to accomplish this. These are the steps that I think you should take.
So sometimes our Hispanic businesses, and obviously these are the ones that are startup, rely on non-professional advice.
Yes.
That's an issue that you see a lot?
That's an issue that I see a lot. And then when I ask, okay, so why, for example, are you deciding to open as a sole proprietor versus an LLC? Oh, I don't know, because so-and-so told me. And, every situation is different. Therefore, my approach is to always focus on them, and everyone's situation is unique,
Yeah.
Just because you are an S-corp doesn't mean that this is the best thing for
For the other person. Yes, for the other person. So that's one of the challenges that you try to help small businesses, is for them to rely on professional advice, not just family or people that are not professionals.
Yeah, give them the right guidance and all the tools that they need.
A little bit more into your background. What is your favorite Dominican dish?
El mangú con queso frito.
And do you know how to make that too?
Of course, I'm
Oh,
an
oh,
expert.
oh, I'm sorry.
I'm the best one making mangú.
Okay.
My kids can tell you.
Is that what your kids like as well?
I hold the crown. No, they like a lot of, they had sancocho, the rice, the beans. I'm in a transition of becoming a full vegan, so it's been kind of hard, to. My kids forget it. They're two are teenagers already, so I have no say. But still trying to cook for them while I'm on this transition, to become a Dominican vegan.
So, tell us a little bit how the bank gives very white glove or personalized service to your clients. I've experienced it, but
Yeah.
tell the people.
I'm gonna give you a specific example, a recent example of the PPP process. Everyone knows the Paycheck Protection Program. We took, we went above and beyond to make sure that all of our clients were satisfied with the service, that they understood the process, and that they also got the funding that they needed. What I found was that, a lot of banks, in talking to different colleagues, did not provide the guidance. There was no one there who picked up the phone, who answered an email. So it was a new process for them, and we as a bank understood that. We worked tirelessly 7 days a week so that our clients got the funding that they needed, and to make sure they knew and understood the process and what they needed. I also found, which is sad, that a lot of people out there were taking advantage of the situation and charging to provide advice for funds that these businesses really needed to stay afloat. So I worked even harder to make sure I reached a lot of those people and say, listen, let's go over what you need. Let's make sure you get the funding that you need, and give them the right advice.
But you gave the bank's clients that treatment before you gave anybody else coming, right?
This was exclusively for our clients.
Yes.
So we funded, when it came to every bank that participated in the Paycheck Protection Program, help their clients, not non-bank clients.
Okay. Tell business owners now what other services you guys offer, or loan programs that are now coming up that's going to help them during these times.
So, BankUnited is the strongest commercial bank, Florida-based. We have been recognized by Forbes for our stability and strength, and we focus on exclusively businesses. So we provide lending, line of credits for short-term working capital. If someone is looking to buy or refinance a building, now will be the great time because rates are at an all-time low. If someone needs to buy a piece of equipment, we provide them with that type of lending. I've heard that a lot of banks now are not doing lending at all, and we're still in the game. We're still open, and we're still trying to reach those businesses to come to us for their services.
Tell us a little bit about the reason I have you here is for a lot of things you just said, but also because you're a Hispanic woman in
corporate America.
In corporate America. So please talk to the young Hispanic women, your experiences, your suggestions if they want to get into the corporate world, to be successful like you are, and obviously the pitfalls that it has sometimes.
So one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give women, as you know, being a woman and being Hispanic, working in corporate America is not easy. And it almost feels sometimes that you have to work twice as hard because it is a male-dominant, industry, to prove yourself not only with, co-workers, but also with clients. When you walk into a meeting with the CEO of a company, they're expecting a male, and here you come, and it's a female, so unconsciously they form an opinion. I can tell you the biggest piece of advice that I can say is educate yourself. Make sure that you arm yourself with the knowledge, the skills required so that you are successful. Also, you have to set goals and don't let anyone deter you away. If you truly believe in something, continue working at it. Sometimes, we believe in something and some people may say, oh, but that's not gonna work and that's this. Don't let that, deter you from what you're trying to accomplish, because that idea that you have may be the next big thing that the company is looking for. So stay focused and arm yourself with all the knowledge that you need.
I talked to the Hispanic women that want to probably are thinking to start their own business, are hesitant, because there's those two different, corporate America and starting your own business are a little bit different. But talk to those or the women that are business owners right now.
For the women that are business owners right now, I can say, you don't have to know it all, but it is very important that you surround yourself with people who know what they're talking about, who understand your vision, who understand where you have been, what you're trying to accomplish, and give you the specific steps as to how they think they can help you get there. Sometimes, you go and people tell you things that don't necessarily make a lot of sense. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly.
No.
So it is very important, number one, you need to have a plan. It is very important to have a plan. Short term, long term, some people don't like to have long term plans. Do it short term, do it monthly, quarterly, and make sure you stick to that plan. Review it and tweak it. Your banker should be working side by side with you to make sure that the solutions they're providing are aligned with the goals that you're trying to accomplish for your business. So the piece of advice is surround yourself with a team of people and experts that can really help you, get to where you want to get to.
Talk to those mothers out there that maybe are not in, those single mothers or mothers that are a little bit scared to maybe jump in and do their own thing. Because I see a lot of women, they kind of have hobbies or they do things, but they're scared to take that next step.
I always, I don't know that we went into that, but I'm a single mom of 3. I have a 17-year-old daughter, 16-year-old son, and an 11-year-old son who's special needs and is very limited. He has cerebral palsy. He relies on us, for everything. He's in a wheelchair immobile. So when you look at it, I can have a lot of excuses as to why I'm not going to do X, Y, or Z, or why I cannot get to the next step. For single moms out there, find the right balance. There is a way to find, once you move excuses out of the way and you don't allow limiting beliefs to get in the way of your potential, you can reach any goal that you want. You have to find the right balance and the people in your family. So in my example, my 2 teenagers understand that we're a team. And while mom is out to work, they may need to chip in and help with my son. So it's all about making sure you have the conversations with your son, daughters, and let them know also, because they have to be part of the process. Let them know this is what mom is doing. This is how you can be part of, the team and help so that we can get to here. They have to understand what the goals of the family are and help out and let them also come up, with their suggestions. It's all about teamwork within the family.
Please tell the public how they can reach you, any business owners or any people that are considering opening a business or switching banks, which I did. Please tell them how they can reach you.
Even if you're not considering switching banks, if you just want advice or for me to share, valuable information, I can be reached via email, ltejada@bankunited.com, or phone number 954-757-0729.
Spell the El Tejada for people.
L, T as in Tom, E as in Edward, J, A, D as in David, A, at bank, B as in boy, A-N-K, united.com, UNITED.
For all you Dominicans out there, she's not related to Miguel Tejada, okay?
No, not that I know of.
Not that she knows of, the baseball player. So she's not related to him, Anything else you want to tell your potential customers? Because right now it's a tough time for businesses. Look, now phase 3 is opening, so businesses are going to be opening up again. But is there anything else some insight you can give to this business owners?
Well, now that we're entering the phase of PPP forgiveness, it is very important that your bank is there to explain what the process is going to look like and what you're going to need. So I would say get in touch with your bank from now, and see what you may need or may not need for the process so that it can go as smooth as possible. And again, if you need to reach me, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to provide that guidance.
So I'm going to ask you for one final point, but I want us Hispanics that are out there going to be watching this, as you heard, she moved here in 8th grade. How 8th grade?
8th grade.
She came here in 8th grade, not knowing a lick of Spanish, English, and now listen to her English. So there's, as she said, there's no excuse for success. There's no reason anyone, specifically Hispanics, can't be successful here, and there's no reason for learning how to speak the English language, so you can communicate and get to a position to where she's at. Any last words for young females, young Hispanic women?
For young Hispanic women, I would say, kind of the same thing you said. Don't let limiting beliefs get in the way of your potential. If you truly believe in something from the bottom of your heart, work really hard so that dream, that aspiration comes true. Don't give up based on what other people say, or this didn't work, or it's not going to work. Don't let that play a factor in what you're trying to accomplish. Stay focused and get all the knowledge, and education.
So I love that little phrase that you just used, limiting beliefs. You hear that? If you have a belief that's going to limit you, it's going to limit you.
Get rid of it.
It's going to limit you. So if it's a belief that's limiting, if you have a belief of being successful, then you're going to be successful. So please don't let limiting beliefs control you. We want to thank you for your time here. We want to thank you for your involvement in the community, because I know you're involved in the community, and
I'm usually behind the scenes. I don't have the spotlight on me, so I was a little bit nervous, but thank you so much for having me.
I know BankUnited does a lot of things. I know you guys have a partnership with the Marlins, and you do other things in the community.
With the Miami Heat, so we have a scholarship that we give every year in partnership with the Heat. We do a lot of great things as a bank to make sure that we support the community that we serve.
Thank you very much for coming out.